A high-stakes diplomatic dance. Netanyahu's Hungary visit amidst international arrest warrants. The recent four-day visit of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to Hungary has ignited a firestorm of international controversy, pitting national sovereignty against international justice. The visit, occurring in the shadow of outstanding International Criminal Court (ICC) arrest warrants, has underscored the complex web of geopolitical alliances and the increasingly strained relationship between Israel and the international community. Netanyahu's trip, meticulously planned amidst a backdrop of escalating tensions in the Middle East, follows the ICC's issuance of arrest warrants for him, his former defense chief, and Hamas leader Ibrahim al-Masri. These warrants, issued for alleged war crimes related to Israel's actions in the Gaza Strip, have become a focal point of international debate, exposing deep divisions within the international legal framework. Hungary, a signatory to the ICC since its inception, has openly defied the court's mandate. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán, in a bold declaration shortly after the warrants were announced, asserted that the ICC's decision would have no effect in Hungary. This defiance of international law, a clear breach of Hungary's treaty obligations, has raised serious concerns about the erosion of international legal norms and the potential for impunity. Orbán's willingness to host Netanyahu, despite the outstanding warrants, highlights a deepening rift between Hungary and the international legal order. Whispers within Orbán's government suggest a potential withdrawal from the ICC, a move that would further escalate tensions and undermine the court's authority. The visit is particularly sensitive given the timing. It coincides with Israel's recent military operation in Gaza, an operation that followed a devastating Hamas attack on southern Israel. The conflict has resulted in a tragic loss of life on both sides, with the Gaza Health Ministry reporting over 50,000 deaths, mostly civilians. Netanyahu's declaration that Israel is seizing territory and intends to divide up the Gaza Strip only further inflamed the already volatile situation. Netanyahu's trip to Hungary marks his second international journey since the warrants were issued. His previous trip, a visit to the United States, led to President Trump signing an executive order imposing sanctions on the ICC, further polarizing the international response to the court's investigations. The U.S., like Israel, is not a member of the ICC. This transatlantic alliance against the ICC only solidifies the perception that the warrants are being perceived through a politically charged lens, rather than a purely judicial one. The response from the European Union has been mixed, reflecting the deep divisions within the bloc on how to handle the warrants. Some EU member states, including Spain, the Netherlands, and Finland, have affirmed their commitment to upholding the warrants. Others, however, have adopted a more nuanced approach. Poland considered the possibility of Netanyahu attending the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, while Germany's Chancellor-in-Waiting, Friedrich Merz, explored ways to allow Netanyahu a visit without facing arrest. This uneven response underscores the challenges faced by the international community in balancing its obligations under international law with its complex diplomatic relationships. The European Commission, in a statement, urged all states to fully cooperate with the ICC, including the prompt execution of arrest warrants. This statement stands in stark contrast to Hungary's defiant stance, creating a significant tension within the EU. The Commission's stance is a clear reminder of the obligation member states bear to uphold international law and support the institutions designed to maintain it. Human Rights Watch, HRW, has criticized Orbán's government for its actions, pointing to a pattern of undermining democratic institutions and the rule of law. Liz Evenson of HRW stated that allowing Netanyahu's visit would represent another assault on the rule of law, adding to Hungary's already problematic human rights record. HRW's condemnation underscores the broader context of this situation, framing Netanyahu's visit not merely as a diplomatic incident, but as a symptom of a wider trend of declining respect for international norms. HRW call for all ICC member countries to hold Hungary accountable reinforces the importance of collective action in upholding international law. The international community, HRW argues, must send a clear message. All countries must abide by their obligations, regardless of political pressures. The Netanyahu visit to Hungary serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing struggle between national interests and international legal obligations. The differing responses from various countries illustrate the complexities of navigating this delicate balance. The incident is not simply a dispute about arrest warrants. It is a profound challenge to the very foundation of the international legal order and the principle of accountability for alleged war crimes. The future will show whether Hungary's defiance sets a dangerous precedent, eroding the effectiveness of international justice mechanisms, or whether the international community will successfully uphold the rule of law in the face of such blatant disregard for its principles. The implications of this diplomatic standoff will likely resonate for years to come, shaping the future of international relations and the efficacy of international courts in addressing serious human rights violations. The lingering question remains: will the international community prioritize the upholding of international law or the preservation of political alliances? The answer remains uncertain, but the stakes are undeniably high.